What's going on, everybody? It's your boy Jay Rich, back to bring you NFL Monday Night Football prize picks. Make sure you use the promo code WAKEUP for a 100% deposit match up to $100. I have some great plays that I really like for you today, and whether you're playing on PrizePicks or betting them somewhere else, I believe all of them are out there. So let's talk about the plays. Talking about my favorite play, we're starting with the Las Vegas Raiders running back Josh Jacobs. I'm taking the over his receiving yards at 18.5. And the reason why I like this play is he's gone over the past two games. He's running more routes. He's getting more targets, more receptions. 5 receptions in each of the past 2 games. 31 receiving yards each of the past 2 games. He's getting more and more usage in the passing game. And let's not forget, the Kansas City Chiefs are the best defense against the run in all of the NFL. And with that comes a lot of targets to the running back. They allow the most targets, most receptions, and the most receiving yards against opposing running backs on the season. And that's why Josh Jacobs for me is my favorite play, over 18.5 on PrizePicks. So I would take the more for Josh Jacobs, his receiving yards, and let's pair that with Clyde Edwards-Helaire. Clyde Edwards-Helaire, the starting running back for the Kansas City Chiefs. I like the more on his receiving yards, 18.5, because the Raiders as well are allowing a lot of passes to the running back position. They are 5th in fantasy points allowed to running backs and receiving yards to running backs. So again, 2 defenses that are pretty good against the run, but still allow it through the air to these running backs. Clyde Edwards-Helaire, of course, is a pass catching specialist. That's where he that's where he does a lot of his damage. So I would be taking the more for Clyde Edwards-Helaire, 18.5 receiving yards, but I would also consider taking over 12 his fantasy score on PrizePicks. His fantasy score is really low, and he's been scoring a ton of touchdowns. For better or worse, we know that Clyde Edwards-Helaire probably has a better than 50% chance of scoring a touchdown each and every week. He's utilized down there, and all it takes is a couple passes, a touchdown, a few carries, and all of a sudden, Clyde's going over. I believe he's gone over in his last 4 games. So Clyde has been very, very good so far at going over his fantasy score. So whether you like the over receiving yards at 18.5 or over his fantasy score at 12, I think both are great bets. Now, the last one I want to give you is Daniel Carlson, the kicker for the Las Vegas Raiders, over 1.5 field goals made. This is a bet that has been figured out by some of the books, actually, and was featured in an ESPN article. It's crazy how much this bet has exploded over the years. Most people don't look at kicker props, but Daniel Carlson has been money. He's hit it every single game this season, going over 1.5 field goals. We know how good the Chiefs are. We know how great their run defense is. We believe that the Vegas Raiders can move the ball, and Daniel Carlson can bomb it from deep, and that's why we're taking the more on his field goals made today. So we're taking the more on Josh Jacobs receiving yards, the more on Clyde Edwards-Helaire fantasy score or receiving yards, whichever one you like better, and the more on Daniel Carlson over 1.5 field goals. So make sure you guys lock in those bets soon because those lines could move. And as always, make sure to drop me a like and subscribe for future content. If you tail, give them a hell, and if we fail, do not bail. We'll be back with more bets and picks on PrizePicks and beyond. And I am Jay Rich. Ray G will be back with more PrizePicks soon. I'll see you guys later, and I'm out. Peace.